So because you keep an optimistic attitude, you kind of are able to adjust, you're able to maneuver, and you're not giving into those emotions of discontentment, frustration, anger, or whatever. So you use those times in a different fashion and stuff, and you have different outcomes, which may have double benefit when you kind of get back to your business and your plan. And I'm the live example here. I mean, I've had consistent health issues. I still do sometimes, like when I'm working. Sometimes I have this noise in my ear, like it started yesterday. It's there in the night as well. So I can sit around here and I can complain and crib, and I can say, what the shit, I'm not doing any work, and I can use this as an excuse. Not letting any health constraint also bog you down is a good example and an idea. And I've learned one thing, that you need patience with yourself more than anything else. And if you're not going to be patient with yourself and stuff, and you're not going to take care of yourself, then God help you. And what the author is also saying is that you have to take personal accountability for the consequences of your choices and actions. And when you strongly believe that the setbacks and failures are a result of the lack of effort on your own part, and you're willing to do whatever it takes to fix things, that's when the major direction changes. And that's when you are kind of doubling your efforts. You try new options, you push forward, and you kind of face adversity with a smile and being brave and stuff. And you're able to identify opportunities, you're able to take initiative, you're able to persevere when faced with obstacles and stuff. These may be personal, these may be professional, these may be health, these may be climatic or whatever, but you're focused on the outcome and you're not willing to take no for an answer. So being assertive and being clear about what you want to achieve is most important. A lot of people will call you names. They will call you, you're stuck up, you're arrogant, you're still conceited, I think you're aggressive, I think you're not taking no for an answer and stuff like that. But the point is they're not choosing to see the positive in you and the effort and the energy you've put behind all of this. So when you're kind of interacting with different people, interacting with different markets, you're interacting with different personalities, they have different takes about you and stuff like that. So what's really important is to be confident about how you're feeling and what you're feeling. I'll give you an example. I mean, I got friendly with a certain group of international people and stuff like that. We started going out to party and everything and all. And then as long as I was happy and I was nice to them, everything was going good. And the moment I started putting my foot down and saying to a few things which I was not okay with, because it was kind of... I mean, they were crossing their personal boundaries and stuff like that. And I started asserting and I started saying, no, I'm not okay with it. I'm not interested in this. And they did this to me for 3-4 years, for 3-4 months and stuff like that. I kept saying no. As long as I was happy, jovial, as long as I was easygoing and giving in, I was great, I was good, I was receiving compliments. And the moment I started putting my foot down and saying, no, I'm not okay with this and I'm not interested in doing this and stuff, I started being called random names and stuff like that. So this is the way also the world kind of changes their attitude towards you, because they are used to yes people and stuff. And if you have the courage and the brevity to say no to something which is not okay with you, you will be called names and you will be kind of told a lot of negative things about you. But then there's nothing wrong with you, because there are 200 different people or 1,000 different people who are kind of standing positive and can give you the same feedback and stuff. So avoid, taking negative or critical feedback from people who cannot take no. And because you're asserting yourself and you're setting the record right, if they can't take no, then that's not your problem, because there are so many other people who kind of behave nicely with you, who are conducive, who are helpful, who are healthier, and they don't evaluate you in terms of your personalities or your temper or your anger or whatever. They are there to do their work, and they're actually looking at kind of having the task done, rather than kind of looking at personalities and kind of calling them names. And I had no doubt about myself, because I had some other colleagues and some other people I know for a really long time sitting there with me. And when I opened up and I shared with them, this friend and a professional acquaintance from another country told me that, what, you're strong and that's good. And because you're strong and you're outspoken and candid and you're not taking no for an answer, people are not liking it, so they are throwing this on you, So there are so many people who face this, even at family, even at work, even in relationships and stuff. They're told negative names and stuff, or they're abused at, or they're bullied out or whatever. So you don't have to take anything personally and stuff. It's somebody else's story, it's somebody else's thought process about you. And what's really important is to kind of brush it off and walk away and just be in your own circle, or maybe be on your own and get back to your own task and work and stuff. And the author says this, there is the world has a tendency to kind of throw words at you, because that is a failing outlook or a failing strategy, where they are not happy with your behavior, because they are expecting something from you, and because you're standing up and you're not giving in, they are kind of not liking it, and they are basically